Chapter 28. The wicked flee when no man pursues, but the righteous are secure as a young lion. For the transgression of the land, many are the princes thereof. But by a man of understanding and knowledge established, order shall long continue. A poor man that oppresses the weak is like a sweeping rain, which leaves no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men understand not justice, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Better is the poor that walks in his integrity, than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. A wise son observes the teaching, but he that is a companion of the gluttonous men shames his father. He that augmenteth his substance by interest and increase gathers it for him that is gracious to the poor. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. Whoso causeth the upright to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit, but the wholehearted shall inherit good. The rich man is wise in his own eyes, but the poor that hath understanding searches him through. When the righteous exalt, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, men must be sought for. He that covers his transgression shall not prosper, but whoso confesses and forsakes them shall obtain mercy. Happy is the man that fears always, but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into evil. As a roaring lion and a ravenous bear, so is the wicked ruler over a people. The prince that lacks understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hates covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that is laden with blood of any person shall hasten his steps into the pit. None will support him. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that tills his ground shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain things shall have poverty enough. A faithful man shall abound with blessing, but he that makes haste to be rich shall not be unpunished. To have respect of persons is not good, for a man will transgress for a piece of bread. He that hath an evil eye hasteneth after riches, and knoweth not that want shall come upon him. He that rebukes a man shall in the end find more favor than he that flattereth him with the tongue. Whoso robs his father or his mother, and says, It is no transgression, the same is the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a greedy spirit stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be abundantly gratified. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall escape. He that gives unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hides his eyes shall have many a curse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. Continuing in these Proverbs, some little sayings we can take with us and carry around, and we can pay attention to, and we can see the effects of these sayings even in the earth today. There's nothing going to change. It's a constant cycle, and Solomon paid out. We'll find on later on when we read more of the works of Solomon. But these little sayings that Solomon had in those days still hold water today. We're going to pick them up here in verse 1. The wicked flee when no man pursues, but the righteous are secure as a young lion. And this is the truth. The wicked do flee. They're in constant running from that which is right. And the righteous, they're secure as a young lion, because they'll stand the ground, and if necessary, they'll take just what's coming on head on. 2, for the transgression of a land, many are the princes thereof, but by a man of understanding and knowledge established order shall long continue. And this would be an example of today. Through the transgressions of the land, that's what we got today. Perversions of understanding, perversions of moral values, perversions about everything. And what that is to teach for right that which is wrong. We find there are many princes or many rulers. They're by the multitudes, chiefs, and many chiefs, and the Indians are growing fewer, we could say. But it's because More and more and more law keeps being added because of an unjust nation. But by a man of understanding, somebody's got a little knowledge and some wisdom, and we all should know what that is by now. It's the law. The Lord gave it to you in the beginning. We will find that knowledge is established, and order shall long continue because somebody had some understanding. As we see the roosters back this morning. 3. A poor man that oppresses the weak is like a sweeping rain which leaves no food. And a poor man that oppresses the weak is just like a sweeping rain, and it takes and carries everything away. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law content with them. And we find that these that forsake the law, they don't pay attention, they don't care what the law says. They uphold or praise the wicked, do what they do as well as. But such as keep the law, they contend with them. That's where the war front is, those that do keep the law. And we're all soldiers of the Lord when we do right. 5. Evil men understand not justice, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. And evil men don't understand justice. They don't know what it is. They don't seek to be equal for everybody else in the world. But those that seek after the Lord and His understandings, they understand all things. They know why. The Lord's got them where He wants them. 6. Better is the poor that walks in his integrity than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. It's better to be poor and lowly and stay right in the world than it is to be one that is twisted and mangled in his mind and have all the wealth thereof. 7. A wise son observes the teaching, but he that is a companion of the gluttonous men shames his father. A wise man observes the teaching, and that teaching, my friend, is the teaching the Lord gave you in the beginning. He's our teacher. Aleph, He's our master. He's our teacher. He gave us our understanding from the beginning, and He is but the one that's a companion of the gluttonous men, he shames his father. He keeps company with those that partake too much of. They're always overindulging. 8. He that augmenteth his substance by interest and increase gathers for him that is gracious to the poor. This one that adds to or supplements his income by interest and increase, charging people increase in interest. We're not really supposed to do that. That's not a proper thing to do, and the law is one and for all, in my opinion. Now, he gathers it, though, for the gracious to the poor. It's going to be given away. We'll find out to those that have lack. 9. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. And those that don't want to listen to the law, don't want to listen to what's right, and even though you know your own heart tells you so, the Lord tells everybody. Even your prayer is going to be an abomination. The Lord's not going to give you what you truly ask for because you can't earn it. You got to do what the Lord asks you to do. 10. Whoso causes the upright to go astray in an evil way, he shall find himself into his own pit, but the wholehearted shall inherit the good. And that's the one that takes advantage of those that they're naive. They can be taken advantage of because they got a good heart. This guy's going to find himself in his own pit, see. But the Lord, He's looking over those that are wholehearted because their intent was good, my friend. And you took advantage of them. And you're taking in your own lies and your own mischief. 11. The rich man is wise in his own eyes, but the poor that hath understanding searches him through. Then the rich man, he is wise. He's got it all going on. He thinks he's the smartest guy on the block. Just because he's got a lot of money, he thinks that's what it's all about. But the poor that has understanding, even the lowliest, even that he's got the law, searches him through. He knows the truth. 12. When the righteous exalt, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, men must be sought for. And when the righteous exalt, it's greatness, it's happiness, it's all goodness then. But when the wicked rise up, when they're in charge, men must be sought for. We'll find there ain't none. And that's a similitude of what we got going on today. All it takes is for a few good men to be silent. 13. He that covers in transgression shall not prosper, but whoso confesses and forsakes them shall obtain mercy. This one that covers its transgression. You try to hide what you're doing, but you'll not prosper. This one that confesses, and forsakes what he's doing wrong, he'll obtain mercy, see, and it's an old saying. The one that turns from his sin, that so shall live. 14. Happy is the man that fears always, but he that hardens his heart shall fall into evil. Happy is the man that fears always, has a little reverence. Fears, that fear of hurting somebody else, doing something wrong in this world. Maybe being unjust, unkind to somebody. Sometimes what we say in little ways, who knows? We should have some form of fear in our heart as a reverence for others and the Lord. But this one that doesn't care, he ain't going to do nothing but wind up in trouble. 15. As a roaring lion, the ravenous bear, so is the wicked ruler over a poor people. A roaring lion, always trying to scare somebody. Always trying to invoke fear. This ravenous bear goes around ripping, tearing. And we know what that's like. We've been put in fear for several generations. We shouldn't live in fear. I don't live in fear. I reverence the Lord. 16. The prince that lacks understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hates covetousness shall prolong his days. And these princes, these rulers, even that lack understanding, got no knowledge of what the law is or wisdom or care about others. It's their way or what? They're great oppressors. They want to mash down and press down. It's all for their own gain or their own agenda. This one that hates covetousness shall prolong his days. He don't want what other people's got. He don't want. There's no desire for that of others and what others do. 17. A man that is laden with the blood of any person shall hasten his steps into the pit. None will support him. That should be the case, but we'll find out. In a perverse nation, you'll get those such as we have today, those that want to stand up and cry for the murderer and beg for his life and free the murderer. That's what they're always saying. Judgment belongs to the Lord. The Lord's passed judgment on a man, and his judgment stands. Not everybody agrees with that. Unfortunately, not everybody agrees with the law of the Lord. The Lord said you should not murder. 18. Whoso walks upright shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his way shall fall at once. Now the one that walks upright, the one that stays correct, doing what he's supposed to be doing, he be saved. But this one that's perverse, this one that's evil, wicked in his ways, twisted in his understandings, he shall fall at once. It's going to come suddenly. Well, it's been coming for a long time. It just kind of happens real quick. 19. He that tills his ground shall have plenty of bread, but he that follows after vain things shall have poverty enough. Now, if you till and prepare your ground and plant, you're going to have plenty to eat. But the one that doesn't, he goes chasing after, partying, running off, doing what he shouldn't be doing. It's not that season. These things, he's going to get poverty. He's not going to have what he needs come the time when he needs it. 20. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that makes haste to be rich shall not be unpunished. A faithful man, one that is solid, steadfast, he abounds in blessings. He's always got what he needs, what he wants. But the one that makes haste to rich, he tries to hurry up and get rich. Always looking for that get-rich scheme. We'll find out. He's always, something's going on, always in want. He's always in that way because, once again, my friend, the Lord's got you where he wants you. He's trying to correct you. You should be able to feel the pain. The pain means stop doing it. 21. To have respect of persons is not good, for a man will transgress for a piece of bread. Have respect of persons. Oh, just because one guy's rich, one guy's poor, I'll take a little crust of bread from the rich guy. He won't miss it. That's the wrong way to think. That's not the way we think. We don't have a respect. A crust of bread is a crust of bread. It doesn't matter who it belongs to. Why bring yourself to the want? 22. He that hath an evil eye hasteneth after riches, and knoweth not that want shall come upon him. Why? And this one that's always trying to hurry up and get rich again. This is the schemer. This guy trying to make that quick dollar, get a job, and do what everybody else is. Help out. That's what we're all doing. We're all trying to build up, I think. 23. He that rebukes a man shall in the end find more favor than he that flatters him. He that flattereth with the tongue. And the one that rebukes a man in the end shall find favor. Why, he's going to come and tell you, I wish I would have listened to you, because you told me so. And he's better than the guy that's got the cookie. That's the guy that led you astray in the first place, remember? 24. Whoso robbeth his father or his mother and says, it is no transgression, the same as the companion of the destroyer. Anybody would just steal from your parents if you would ask. Most likely they'd give you. If they didn't, it'd be for a reason, and you should think about that. But the one that does this, he don't think there's anything wrong with it. Stealing, it doesn't matter who it's from. We have to have respect for all others in this world. All others, including our parents, especially our parents. The same, he's companion to the destroyer, he's buddy with him. He's buddy with destruction and death. 25. Why run with those guys? 25. He that is of a greedy spirit stirs up strife, but he that puts his trust in the Lord shall be abundantly gratified. Yeah, the guy that's always greedy, wanting more than his share, stirring up trouble, trying to get it. He's going to get that. That's what he's going to get, the trouble. But he that puts his trust in the Lord shall be abundantly gratified. We know the Lord's always good. He gives us just what we need. He's got us where he wants us, and he sustains us all. 26. Now he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walks wisely, he shall escape. Listen to that, my friends. If you trust in what your own way is, you're the idiot. That's the idiot that does that. Don't be the idiot. But whoso walks wisely, this wisdom, this understanding the Lord give you, follows your heart, he shall escape. There's a way out. 27. And it's not the way everybody else is going. I'm going to tell you that. 27. He that gives unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hides his eyes shall have many a curse. This one that gives to the poor, he sees the lack, he knows the pain, he feels it. That's to be alive, to be able to feel the pain of others, that they're trouble they're in. The one that looks the other way, acts like he didn't see it. We're all guilty. Well, they shall have many a curse, my friend. And these curses are just unpleasantnesses. There's unpleasantness in life, and we all suffer from the ramifications. We don't know who we just passed by. 28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. When the wicked rise, the men hide themselves, and that's all it takes for a few good men to be silent. But when they perish, the righteous increase. There's going to be great goodness. Man, that's what we're all looking for. We need to increase the righteousness, and there's only one way to do that, my friends. Keep the word, keep the law, do what God asks you to do what the Lord's asked you to do, and we'll find that he instructs all of our hearts, and all we have to do is listen. Let's move forward to Proverbs 29. Turn and return.